Hey everyone, welcome back to us here in Detroit at Automotive Logistics and Supply Chain Global. I'm here with JS Bolton. She's Director of Finished Vehicle Logistics and Supply Chain System and Strategy in Nissan North America. Jennifer, thank you so much for taking some time to talk to us. You've been leading on vehicle logistics for Nissan for a year or so now?
A little under a year.
So are you seeing the transport capacity issues in your network, and if so, how, or what measures are you taking to address them?
So we are seeing a lot of issues, both with rail cars and trucking carriers on a labor side. But what we're trying to do is work with our partners on how we can find creative solutions. So whether that means trucking to a rail ramp that we wouldn't ordinarily use because there's more rail cars available, or for example, piloting some programs around dealer drive-off that we know other OEMs are doing. We're trying to mitigate the problems so they don't flow through to our dealers and to our customers.
So definitely taking some creative steps to address things proactively.
Yeah, outside the box.
Yeah.
Everything we did before COVID, before the semiconductor crisis, isn't necessarily the way we need to do business now.
Don't let anybody tell you that finished vehicle logistics doesn't change. It's definitely changing. And one of the things we've seen across the industry is low vehicle inventories and a lot of focus on estimated times of arrival, improving that, lead times for partners and dealers. Can you talk about anything Nissan has been doing to improve ETA?
Yeah, like we mentioned, things have changed. Our dealers used to be stuffed with inventory and maybe complaining we were pushing too much on them, and now it's like, hey, where are my cars? Where are my cars? So like most in the industry, we've been working on visibility tools. I think there's still a long way to go on that. The ideal solution is full in-car telematics, which we're working very hard on, and we think that that will be the ideal solution for both dealers and providers.
Yeah, because I wanted to ask, where do you think the biggest opportunity for improvement is? So perhaps it's in that technology piece, the full visibility.
Absolutely.
And before you took on this role, you were working in manufacturing in the Canton plant, I believe, and I just wanted to get your sense. Is the flexibility and variation in outbound vehicle logistics an adjustment compared to coming from the plant and manufacturing environment?
Manufacturing is super different. Plant floor is all about people. The people work for Nissan. They're our technicians. Whereas outbound vehicles, there's a lot of people, but a lot of them are suppliers. So it's a different scene. In terms of the adjustment, flexibility environment, I would say similar challenges. In the plant, we're dealing with how do you mitigate part shortages? How do you deal with unpredictability in terms of semiconductor supply? And those same challenges exist in finished vehicle logistics. Maybe it's a little different perspective on them, but still the same general industry trends, I would say.
It's all coming back to the supply chain anywhere you are right now.
Yes, exactly.
When you reflect on your time in manufacturing and now coming into vehicle logistics, are there some processes, techniques, technologies that you're interested to apply into the outbound space now?
Yeah, in manufacturing, a lot of our emphasis in our company and our company culture is on people leadership and problem solving. And that's because manufacturing, the way you grow up in the organization is by leading teams of people. In supply chain, we have a lot more data analytics, data scientists, sort of analyst into manager, but I think there's a lot that the supply chain side of Nissan can learn from the manufacturing side in terms of how to be effective people leaders, how to coach people into problem solving skills, and grow and develop a team from within.
The Kaizen, Monosukuri, these sort of great processes we know from the plant, we can bring them further into the supply chain.
Yes, exactly. All the kind of building blocks of Japanese manufacturing apply in supply chain as well. So, my team has already seen from me, and I've kind of gained the reputation of I love to go out on the yard. People say it's congested, we're having this issue. Well, let's go see it. And it's the go to the Gemba mindset that's huge in manufacturing. But I think in supply chain, maybe not necessarily my immediate predecessors, but there's much more of a culture of you can do it from a desk. And I'm a see, touch, feel kind of person.
Absolutely. Well, on the people side, one of the things we're talking about on stage at Automotive Logistics and Supply Chain Global with you and others is about increasing diversity, roles for women, and progression in this industry as well. So looking specifically at vehicle logistics, do you see it as a good opportunity for women to grow and advance further?
Absolutely, and I think it's something that we need to be recruiting new talent out of school, recruiting talent from other parts of the business and showing them what it is. So when it was announced I was moving to this role, a lot of the people I worked with in the plant, both women and men, weren't terribly familiar with vehicle logistics. You know, they were aware somehow the cars got to the dealerships, but their worldview is, here's what happens in the plant where we build the cars. I think the more people are aware of vehicle logistics and logistics in general, they see, oh, that sounds cool. That's something I could get into. And if you can draw from a wider pool, you're inherently increased diversity, I think.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking forward to talking with you, JS, more about that on stage. For those of you watching us online, we'll be sharing highlights from that session. It'll eventually be available to watch. If you're watching us on live stream, you can catch it there. But JS, thank you so much for taking the time and being with us here, and we look forward to sharing more with our audience. Keep with us.